Before we start, we would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we're recording on. For me, that's the Wangaburra clan.
And for me, it's the Wurundjeri peoples.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Two Gals.
One pod.
Two gals and just the one pod.
In this next segment, we touch on some really difficult subjects. So if this is triggering for you, please feel free to skip forward to the next episode.
We're back for another verse. And look, I feel like it's been a rough couple of weeks.
It has.
Hasn't it? For everybody. It's been pretty full on. I've known a lot of people to be feeling the effects of the new year, hoping it's something that it was not going to be. Lots of surgeries obviously put off, elective surgeries, other surgeries, lots of losses. I personally lost somebody very, very close to me recently, which was one of the icings on top of a deeply average 6 months. My dear friend, she became a very close friend of mine, Corinne. She was also my naturopath and my health coach. And we'd been working together since just before Bachelorette. So she has been like my confidant when I was a pharmaceutical pill popping bulimic who had no idea about the severity of my silent, invisible, I should say, not silent, because they're definitely not silent, invisible illnesses. And, she told me I had that MTHFR gene, which we like to call the mother gene, and just helped me with my disordered eating, everything, These types of people, they're not like a general practitioner. They really focus on everything that stems from your blood, your hormones, we did everything together. And she was just so next level, like OCD with wanting to find out what goes on with women, because women often get so medically gaslit that we don't know which way to go, because people are like, we'll just take the pill or but she would just get down to the root of it. Yeah, it was such a shock. Originally, I didn't say how she passed because I kept it quite private, but Corinne actually took her own life. So it has been quite a really, not only have I lost a friend and somebody I fully kind of surrendered my health issues to, but to have somebody that was so smart and so clever and seemed so well take their life, it really does like rattle you, because you think this person is so put together, but I had no idea, and none of her family had any idea, or any of her friends had any idea how much she was suffering. So this is kind of just like a little tribute to her, and also for people to think just because somebody is giving their all doesn't mean they're giving their all back to themselves. And it's so important. And I think Corinne was too far gone. She wouldn't have let anybody help her anyway due to her profession, and she was so used to looking after everybody else. But when you do find out things about people, if they are anorexic or they are drinking or they are, acting unstable all of a sudden, I think it's really important from now on to ask why they are, because these types of things usually stem from trauma or mental health, and not make them feel bad if they are drinking too much or if they are acting out all of a sudden. It's just, I think it's been a massive eye-opening in terms of always checking in on friends and being so grateful when you do finally find somebody, which is so hard for women to really hold and support you, because I've never had that
medically,
in my entire life with my health. Always pushed to the side when it comes to things like our reproductive system or anxiety or eating disorders or anything. So this is just a little tribute to her, and I know I referred a lot of people to her, and we've all been very shocked over these last couple of weeks. And if you haven't found your Corinne yet, you will. There are women, and I'm sure there's men out there that will really hold and support you and find out what is going on, and not just Band-Aid things. They're out there. believe you me. And they're magical when you find them. And then when they go, it is very hard. But I do believe that there is more. And this is just a little taste of
what's to come. Yeah.
Of the magic that is to come.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's been my.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's such a loss for you. It's such a huge loss.
Yeah, it is. You become so incredibly close. You know, I spoke to her every day. It would be like, oh, I'm traveling now. What do I take this so I don't get this? And da-da-da-da. And she'll be like, have you done this? Have you, you know, she became like a best friend. And to wean off 3 years of everything she had me on to keep me afloat, like,
yeah,
I'm weaning off that at the moment. And I have not felt like myself since I found out /
You've gone cold turkey because
I went cold turkey. Yeah,
you weren't receiving any more herbs and everything like that. So that's, you know, I guess you have been weaning off then, haven't you? Because you've got what you've anyway.
Yeah, I've still got a little bit of bits and pieces, but I'm not too worried about that because I do have surgery coming up. That I know now that it's just a complete fresh start. But until then, my hormone levels and my anxiety is just like, I just have to let it go. And I just have to see each day what it's like because I don't have her anymore as a friend or as my medical professional confidant. And so until surgery, I'm just taking it day by day. So you just don't know what people are going through as well. So just be nice as well. That's my biggest thing.
We have to all, you know, it's such a cliched saying that everyone is going through their own struggle, but they really are. And, you know, when we see people, you know, in a certain mood or emotion or abusing a drug or a drink or food or, you know, these kind of vices that we use or the moods that we can be in can be masking something so much larger. And we have this thing that where we just want to judge people immediately for how they make us feel.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to understand why they're acting that way. You know, it's an immediate ego reaction to the action instead of, you know, when you see someone abusing substances, they're not doing it for fun. They're not doing it.
No.
You know, and mental health, mental illness and our mental health, I think not just in this country, in the world, it's just been so put on the back foot for such a long time that there's just not enough understanding about it. And because it is another invisible illness.
Yes.
We think that it doesn't really exist and it's someone's taking the piss, whereas it's one of our biggest killers. So, you know, that's the stats. People are taking their own lives because they don't want to talk about how they're really feeling. And that's why we've got to always keep checking on each other. But also saying that, know that there are people that you can't just have a chat to and help, because they are, you know, in a mind space where nothing is going to help. So
themselves.
Always know that that's never your fault.
You constantly think, especially when somebody is such an enigma to you and they do have a double life almost. You constantly think, could have I done this? You know, I spoke to her the day she did it and I was just like, I didn't see anything that was overly, but that's it.
That's often
the
way.
You're not to know. And I totally feel for people who have had that happen, because it is just such, like, obviously we've all lost people, like, horribly. I've lost people terribly in my life, but this has just been such a mystery. And the biggest thing I feel like, with people, they're hurting, and to be curious about their pain and not judge them, because I think we do often think, what about me or what I could have done, but sometimes there's just nothing that you can do, and you have to surrender to it and just always check in, and it's okay to not be okay.
And remember, if you're not feeling well, please call Lifeline, talk to your friends, doctors. There's so many people out there. We'll put links to all of the services that are there for you.
Yes.
Should you not be feeling really well, or this has triggered you in any way.
And it's rightly so. It has been such a clusterfuck of sorrow of the last few years, and things pile up, and sometimes we feel so alone, and that feels like the last resort, and it's not, because there's so many people. I wish people got to see the aftermath of when you do take your life, how much people love you and how much they would do anything to have you around. And it's so sad that they don't get to see that, and that is something that you constantly think of. So make sure if you ever are feeling like this, there are so many people that want you around and are willing to help.
Well, like they say, when that person's pain ends is when everyone else's starts about that person. So just keep holding on.
Yes. So it's a little tribute to Corinne. May she rest in peace, and just know to all my womb warriors out there are magical butterfly angel pixie queens that will put you first and always listen to you, but just make sure that you always check in on each other, because we got to stick together.
Yeah. Here's to Corinne.
Bye, girl.
Happy birthday to you. It was your birthday last week. Did you like the gift that I gave you?
You gave me fucking tuppence.
I gave you my love.
And you know what?
I?
That's mostly all that I ever want.
It's all anyone
in
ever
this
wants.
life.
It's all anyone ever wants. Gifts freak me out. I've got to say, I don't like giving them, and I don't like getting them. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't mind a surprise gift.
Yeah.
But it's the pressure gift.
Yeah.
That freaks me out.
Like a wedding gift.
Yeah, wedding gifts. Birthdays are the worst. Birthdays are the absolute worst. Yeah, because they come around every year.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're like, oh my God, it took me so much to think about what to get them last year, and I've got to do this again and again and again and again. Like, I think if you know, it's really weird. I was going to say, if you know someone, you know what to get them, if you know someone really well. But I know you so well, and I still don't know. I put this massive pressure on myself with all of my really close friends of, is it good enough? Is it shit? Have you put enough thought into this? Is it expensive enough? Or is this too cheap? Like, is this landfill? Is this something that's going to be chucked?
God, you really do think about it.
Yeah, I really don't like it at all. And for the same reason I get gifts, I feel dreadfully guilty that I would prefer nothing. And Ruby!
Don't you start.
Now that's a gift.
That's the gift that keeps on giving. She's not going to stop now. Ruby!
God, that would be exhausting to bark all day. Get some food and give her some treats while you're talking. I would just be throwing her little crumbs.
A man came to the door.
Oh, was someone at the door?
She was barking for a reason.
Shut her up. So yeah, I actually feel really guilty when I get things, because I'm like, oh, I don't need this. I don't need it. And
Sometimes it doesn't have to be things you need.
I know, but you know what I like for gifts?
What?
The surprise gift. When you just be chatting with your friend, and all of a sudden they'll talk about a dress, or they'll talk about something that they've had their eye on, or, they like a piece of art or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Just go and purchase it for them and give it to them as here, something, because I know you like it. I love a gift like that, where it's like, I know this person really wants this, and I'm not going to wait until their birthday or Christmas or Valentine's
just
Day or any of the. Just give it to them, and give them.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that.
I also remember when I was a nanny, one of the twins that I used to look after, she was just mad for her mum giving her gifts because she was always travelling. And I said to her one day, what would you prefer? Your mum to come back or the gifts she brings?
Gifts.
And she just thought about it and went, the gifts. And I was like, what do we do? What are we doing to our children that we make gifts so friggin' important?
I think if you're brought up getting heaps of gifts, whereas when I was a kid, we were just super stoked with like the smallest things. Like we'd get like 2 gifts a year. It'd be like at Christmas, it'd be like a boogie board and like a little monkey lost, and I'd be like stoked. Whereas other kids would just get like buckets and buckets and
Who are you
buckets
talking to?
The dog. She's on a mission. She's looking at me like, I'm going to do it again. And I'm like, oh, fuck you up, bitch.
Oh, my God. Get her ball and just show it to her until she just stares at you.
Yeah,
then she goes
true.
She freezes, waiting for you to throw it.
It's manic. I'm at my family home and it's always like there's so many people. It's like Central Station.
I just had a triggered memory from what you just said. When I was a child, we had no money. So our gifts were pretty crap. And my family would my parents would just get us a gift. And I just remembered like how many gifts I got that were just so wrong. Like I remember getting a bike. I couldn't ride it because it was so big. It was an adult's lady bike. My dad had obviously been given it, or they bought it. Like it was a secondhand bike,
like a secondhand number. Yeah,
I couldn't reach the pedals, no matter how low we put the seat. And I was kind of like, "Yay! I don't know what to do with this now."
Thanks, Dad.
It was things like that. I remember, like we'd get sometimes fantastic gifts. I remember getting beanbags. Christmas. That was the best thing ever.
Gift.
It's an excellent gift.
I feel I get very awkward when people give me presents.
Yeah.
But I love giving presents. The same as you in the sense like I love buying people flowers, or I love buying people like a plant or something like that they'll look at and think of, you know, a happy moment, or taking someone out for dinner. You know what the best gift is? On your birthday, because we don't do gifts much in my family. Some of my friends do give me gifts. I actually got quite spoiled this year, which I don't normally, but mostly, again, flowers, plants, and like big gal things now that I own a home. But I love just hearing from everybody, because you forget how much words and people love you. And I don't know if that sounds a little bit hey ego, but that feeling of love and giving it on people's birthday, I love that. I love doing my little photo tributes on the Instagrams and speaking from my heart. That's the best gift.
There's no gift that is better than that, than just people acknowledging the day of your birth and how wonderful you are and that they love you.
So
and it's incredible. And that to me is everything. Absolutely everything. I love looking at other people having a birthday and just being spoiled on that one day and told, you know, get fucked the next. But it's just that one day. Thought about it.
It's the love and the memories that come up from photos that you totally forget. See, I love a good memory bank.
Yeah.
And that to me, when I look at all those photos and I remember things or beautiful words that people don't normally say, because, you know, people don't like to always say how they're feeling. That's special. That's a gift in itself. And I could see that every damn day. So if you ever want to.
Yeah. No,
but it's a reminder to do it to people. It's a reminder to do it for people as well, and that feeling you get from that, how much they must get it on their birthday. So I'm going to go ham this year.
It feels good to tell people that you love them, doesn't it?
It does.
It's serotonin, it's oxy something. It's stuff in your stuff, and it's in your heart, and it's in your head, and it's in your cells. It's the vibe. It's Marbo. It's so nice. It's just connection. It's what it's all about, Angela, Bernice, Kent. It's about human souls connecting with each other. It is not ever about the material world. It really isn't. It's just about connection.
For some people it is.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be.
Some people love a piece of jewelry or, you know.
It shouldn't be. It's not. I mean, I don't mind a gift that's given that's maybe a passed down gift. Like, how lovely.
That's nice. I love a tea towel. If anybody ever wants to buy me a gift of tea towels, always appreciate it.
My mum always loved a tea towel too. Loved it. And she used to give a tea towel to me as a gift sometimes. And I'm like, I really don't need that. But
oh my God, I'll have them.
Yeah.
I'll add them to my collection. Other than that, I'm like, cool. I'm looking at my gifts now and there's nothing that I didn't really want, actually. I quite liked them all.
good. That's good. Because every time
normally
I
I
get a
don't care.
gift, I just throw it in the bin.
I
joking.
remember that year you and Tom bought me all these random ass gifts, and it was just like all these different jewelries that said like "Go Girl." It was like plastic, or like earrings that were like
Just a
I
lot of
heart
landfill.
you.
Yeah, it was just a lot of landfill. And it was like, so we could make you open a million presents.
Yeah, and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And what about
but Tom
Tom's
really
gifts?
enjoyed, Tom, don't even.
No, I
Let's
won't.
never ever go there. Let's just say this. Tom is a very easy person to buy for, and it makes us always feel really bad how easy he is to buy for because he just loves music. So, yeah.
And he loves presents.
Loves.
And I have
Oh my God.
some-
And if you don't get Tom a present,
Oh, he loses all of his shit.
where's my present?
He's like, so in the mail? And I'm like, yes.
Where have you got my birthday present?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is he loves the tradition so much of birthdays that if you give him a birthday present before his actual birthday, he won't open it. And you'll say, open it now. I want to see what you think of it. And he'll be like, nope, I'll keep that for the day. God bless OCD.
He does.
God bless.
God bless him. He does love it.
You got to stick to your rituals when you have a obsessive compulsive disorder. You got to do it.
do.
You got to do what you got to do.
You know what? You can always get me or my family, maybe a new family portrait.
Have you got the
that
legs
is
to that?
Old as shit. And hello, sun, just damaged it. We're like albinos. Look at this one. Oh, get on mate. Look at the frangipanis in the hair, mum and I.
God. And I would like to say they're perms, but they're not. Oh, it's just hanging on dad, just leaning on dad, that old.
Just could they take it down? Like seriously, it's so.
No, never.
Oh, I got to get them that. That's shocking.
We have that same thing in my house, in my family home, and it is as sun damaged as yours, and it's like just old photos of us with curly hair.
With frangipanis in your dresses. And dad's just awkward smiling like, I love it. Like dad's face. Oh God, I can't.
Awkward family photos.
Children of the corn.
No, you're not blonde. You were blonde enough, but you needed other blonde children. You know, white hair is those children. Anyway. That is the gift that keeps on giving.
We're the gift that keeps on giving.
So that's us for another week. Thank you for... Put your phone down, please. Put your phone down. Angela, put it down. Angie, put it... We are nearly finished. And you can then look at your... I know what you were doing.
To
look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Say it with oomph.
Goodbye to the people.
Yay, we love
you people. Thanks for listening to us. We appreciate you. Always reach out if you need us because we are your soul sisters and you're never alone.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Ciao, ciao.